What's up, my soldiers? It's WildBlueYonder. I'm here with my friend Amn Hayes, and today we're going to talk to you guys about public affairs. He's actually in public affairs himself, so hopefully he can give you guys some pretty cool information.
So I joined the Air Force, you know, for the reason that a lot of people join the Air Force is, you know, serve their country, travel, the benefits, a nice paying job at 18 years old, which is pretty sweet. The college benefits, the whole 9 yards and everything.
So why did you choose public affairs, and how did that stand out among the other jobs in the Air Force?
The thing was, I was trying to go paralegal, which is totally different. And I talked to my recruiter, and he was telling me that you couldn't be paralegal unless you were E5 and above, which was a rule at one point, but they got rid of that rule. So he told me that, and I was looking other places. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like, maybe I'll just do personnel or something like that. Then he gave me the idea of public affairs, and I went with it. At the time, I didn't really know what it was, but I mean, there's two jobs in public affairs. It's photojournalism and broadcasting journalism, and I am broadcasting journalism.
Okay, so what is the process to become a broadcasting journalist, and what is I heard there's an audition process, so how does that audition process go?
Basically, my recruiter set up an audition, because if you want to be a broadcasting journalist, you have to do an audition. Photojournalists don't have to do the audition. So I went to Buckley Air Force Base in Colorado, and I auditioned with a broadcast journalist there, and it was basically just, you know, a speech and a news piece that every broadcaster knows off the top of their head, because you're going to say it a whole lot of times, and then some tongue twisters, as well as you have to write a speech on your own. All of that stuff is for them to analyze your voice, and then they send that in to the people at the tech school, and then they'll send you a letter saying whether or not you passed or you failed. Some traits that they're looking for is a complete lack of accent. You know, a lot of people on the East Coast have a Southern accent or West Coast accent, something, I don't know, maybe Minnesotan accent, will struggle in the beginning of the tech school, because it's all about broadcasting. It's all about the way you talk and your enunciation, stuff like that. So tech school was in Maryland. It was at Fort Meade, which is an Army post, and it was pretty cool. It was in a great location. It was pretty close to Baltimore, Laurel, you know. I really enjoyed where it was at. We went to the Inner Harbor a lot on the weekends, but the tech school was...
Did you get shot?
We did not. We did go to DC a couple times, but we did not get shot.
Didn't get shot?
No.
That's good.
I really liked DC and Maryland. I would definitely go back there. So it was 6 months, and it was broken up into 3 sections, which the first section was called BWAS, which stands for Broadcast Writing and Announcing Skills. So that's where you learn. The first period is like learning how to write broadcast style, and then the second period is announcing, where you go in the booth and you're perfecting your voice. And then the second section is radio, and that's where a lot of people have the most fun, because it's literally just you facilitating a fake radio show.
Cool.
Really cool. You're like a DJ.
Yeah, it's cool.
You have songs, you know, you have your like 90s style radio show, you have your country radio show. It's really cool, and it really puts you under pressure, and you live and die by the clock in radio. And then the last section, which is the biggest portion of it, actually I take that back, there's a small section at the very end, so there's 4 sections.
Okay.
But the biggest portion is video. It's where you learn how to use your video camera, you learn how to use the video editing software, and you learn how to be a storyteller. And then at the very end is a public affairs specific course, where you learn how to deal with community relations, media engagement, command information, crisis response, security review, that kind of thing. It's really just like the down and dirty legal and book side of everything.
So it sounds like it's a lot to take in for tech school. You learn like a lot of different things.
You get, I think, 25 college credits towards a...
25?
I think it's, 25 college credits towards a public relations or mass communications degree.
I got like 4. Like 4 credits. Like, when you come to work in the morning, what do? You come to work, what do you do?
I don't want it to over-glorify it, because a lot of days I work a desk job. I really do. Come to work, and I got my coffee because it's hard to sit at a desk and stay awake for 9 hours straight. And I sit at a computer and I do a lot of editing, or I respond to emails, or I'm updating the Joint Base Elmendorf Richardson Facebook page, or I'm updating our Divids page, which is just a video archive for all of the whole military. And basically I just produce news stories, I make videos, and we do a lot with social media. But there are some more interesting days when I come into work, like on Monday I will be on a helicopter with TAC-P, the TAC-P guys up here, and I'm going to be videotaping them jumping out of airplanes, and you know, I get to do more other interesting stuff, like, you know,
sounds real boring.
There are boring days, and there are really
dry.
a lot of people. You'll talk to a lot of broadcasters and a lot of photojournalists, and they'll rave that this is the best job in the Air Force. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to preference. But I think the most interesting thing about this job is I get to dip my feet in every different career field. Mm-hmm. Like the fighter pilots, I'll get to talk to them, I'll get to videotape them. The maintainers, get to videotape them, do stories on them. The Guard, I work with the Guard, I work with the Reserve. The other day, for the Reserve's birthday, I videotaped them.
It's like your job is everybody else's job.
Yeah, my job is observing everybody else's job. So while you're turning wrenches and stuff, I'm kind of standing there watching you do it.
Just like in the corner.
It's a little bit, it's kind of pathetic, but it's cool because I just get to see what everyone else does and show everyone in the Air Force what you guys do.
Well, now you're on this side of the camera, so.
And it's uncomfortable.
Just relax, man. It's all good. So what are some of the pros and cons? What is your favorite and your least favorite parts of being a broadcast journalist?
So some of my favorite things, like I said, is I do get to experience everyone else's job on this base.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that I really enjoy is meeting a lot of new people and really networking. That's a big thing in our job, is networking, and you know, maybe you're really good with the TAC-P guys, so then you get to go TDY to Australia with the TAC-P guys because they like you.
Yeah.
The other thing I really enjoy about my job is just playing with the technology. They just keep handing me new stuff to just play with, and like we're thinking about getting a 360 camera and whatnot. We got all this nice stuff.
This is his.
And
or at least his shop's, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If I break it, I'll have to pay for it. The downside, I think the one downside to my job is it's really demanding. There are a lot of days when, you know, I come into work way earlier than I am supposed to, and then I stay later than I'm supposed to. And there are a lot of weekends which I have to work, and public affairs really does live and die by the clock. You know, deadlines and showing up to meetings and, you know, interviews on time is really important. The other thing is I can really make a bad impression on someone. Like the other day I did an interview with the 477th Reserve Group's commander, and let's say I just made myself look like a total idiot. Well, now he thinks that all the public affairs guys, we look like idiots. And if I put out a bad video, then that, you know, that ruins our rapport or our I don't know. Reputation, exactly.
Right.
That makes us look bad.
It's a very visible career field.
Exactly.
You're putting your product out for the entire Air Force to see. Really like the base, but the entire Air Force has access to it. So I can imagine that being stressful to meet those deadlines and to constantly produce that information. Now how that can be stressful. But
the one good thing though is like my job versus your job is if I don't do my mission well, I make myself look like an idiot. But if you don't do your job well, you know, things can go very wrong.
right.
And so, you know, I complain about my job, but really, it's not. I feel like it's not that big of a deal in a way. If I make a bad video, you know, no one's gonna die from it.
Right. But it's still important, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how does your career field transition into the civilian world? What are some of your options that are provided to you?
Well, the cool thing about broadcasting in specific is it really translates over into the civilian world really well, because you know, you can work, you're qualified to read news copy and to be a disc jockey and work at a radio station. You're also qualified as a cameraman. You're also qualified as an editor. You can work in a like a production studio. You can work in your local news station. just shooting video or being a reporter. You also have experience in security review and public relations and crisis management.
Yeah.
So you can work for a public relations rep, or you can work for advertising or social media expert for a company. There are so many different things that you can do with this career field in the civilian world, especially if you, further your degree, CCAF, and bachelor's degree even further.
Definitely. Well, that's pretty much all I had to ask you. Thanks for popping by, doing this video with me. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comment box below. We'll see you guys next time, or I'll see you guys next time. I don't know if you'll be doing another video anytime soon. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Hey, what's up guys? So I'm doing like the final editing for this video, the same video right here. And I realized like the whole time,
really translates over.
let me turn the volume. Like I have like this resting bitch face, like I just look angry or something. But I wasn't. Like that's just my face. Like if I'm not talking or if I'm not like actively doing something, that's just how my face looks. So I probably look like super angry or something. But I don't know. That's just how the video came up. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll see you guys later when we're on Twitch tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow me on Snapchat and Twitter. See y'all next time. Peace out.